I think we can. Get second. I mean, Simon would have to DNF for us to win, so that's a little bit disappointing. But if we can get second, well, I guess we're the first loser. But from fourth, that'll be okay.
Well, Paul Dumbrell, it really is a battle for you just to maintain your second point score lead so far at the moment. What's your plan of attack really from the back of the grid?
Oh, obviously, I still want to win the championship. Obviously it's a hard task, but I'm going to go out, give it 110% and, at least try to maintain my second position and, at least redeem myself from our incident with Simon in race 2.
We'll take you right into the passenger seat in this one. Craig Harris in the Castrol Ford, one of the many to carry a trackside onboard. Ross Halliday another.
In the 3M Falcon, spending a good run this weekend, Ross, and another one carrying one of our trackside cameras is Paul Dumbrell. He's got it all to do from the back of the grid. Championship still in the balance, has a mathematical chance, but boy, he's picked a tough way to do it. Simon Wells will start off pole position. Owen Kelly alongside Wallace and Harris will start out of row 2. Truckee Parsons and Michael Simpson fill 5 and 6. Terry Wyhoon and Tim Rouse out of 7 and 8.
The boxes down the right-hand side of the screen show you respectively where they finish race 2 and where they qualified. Gary Holt and Dale Breed will start on the 5th row of the grid. And further back, Paul Dumbrell, as we mentioned, of the final row alongside Daniel Miller.
Yeah, that's a tough assignment, Craig Lowndes. If you've got the championship hanging in the balance, you've got your main contender on starting off pole and you're off the back. That's a tough assignment.
Well, it is. I guess for Paul, he's got nothing to lose now. He's just going to have to try and get a great start and just try and pluck him off.
Who will be the Konica V8 Supercar Series champion? The second time the series has been run. Last year, at this round, it was Dean Canto who took it out. We'll find out at the end of this race who'll get it. Good start by Simon Wills, an even better one by Owen Kelly. He will lead the field, the young Tasmanian, into the first corner. Wills into second. Craig Harris, an excellent start up to third.
Paul Dumbrell with it all to do. You can see him sneaking through turn 1. Looks like he had a nice clean start, but look at the amount of cars he's got to try and get past in a very limited space of time. 17 laps around Mallala. That's not a lot of racing.
Leanne Ferrier, another one with a lot of work to do. She's just one space ahead of Paul Dumbrell at present. It's sideways for Owen Kelly as he came through the corner that time. They are on cold tyres. Craig, some contact there. Tim Rouse, one of the big losers.
Got a big hit in the front end. Hopefully hasn't damaged the steering as we saw on Leanne Ferrier's car earlier today. As they sweep around the back straight for the first time. Rouse way off the racing line. Almost got out of the marbles there. Managed to gather it up. So Rouse really caught in the wars in this opening lap. Now where's Paul Dumbrell? We're back on board with Paul. Looking at the back of the Wins Commodore, you can see Rouse there, so he's got a lot of work to do. The one thing that could work in his favour, Craig, if Owen Kelly can hold up Simon Wills for a few laps, it's going to make the job easier for Paul Dumbrell.
Well, it will do it. Very, very interesting now to see what Simon Wills does. He knows all he's got to do is finish. Owen Kelly now has beat him off the line, but it'll be also very interesting to see how Owen will sort of get his tyres up to temperature and see how he goes. Simon Wills doesn't look like he's a patient person, so I'm sure he'll do his best to get in front and then try and stretch a lead.
Craig Harris doing a terrific job in the ex-Stephen Johnson, formerly Shell Helix Ford, now in Castrol colours. He's in third and losing nothing to the guys up the road ahead of him. We jump aboard with him now. Let's have a listen.
240 kilometres an hour, flat strap around the back of Mallala Raceway. You're riding with Craig Harris, and you can see the damage on Tim Rouse's car. Hopefully that spoiler's going to hang in there. As Halliday sneaks up the inside of Gary Holt. He's got Eddie Abel-Nisa right up his exhaust pipe.
Gary Holt's lost about 4 positions there because Tim Rouse came through as well. The car that Rouse is driving has certainly got some panel damage, but he's lost not too much in the way of speed. Let's have another look at that.
It was with Gary Holt, in fact. I'm not sure if that's what broke that front spoiler away, Craig, but he'll be hoping that that thing will stay on.
Definitely won't be hoping his understeer or these, I guess his aero package on the car. But as you can see, Simon Wills here is just trying to find a way around little Owen Kelly. Owen Kelly's doing a great job. This old sort of Commodore, I guess, against a version of a new one. It's sort of, but Owen Kelly's doing a great job keeping it straight and keeping Simon Wills behind him.
You've won 3 Shell Championship Series before. When you're in Simon's shoes, how important is it to be patient?
Well, very patient. The only thing, as I said before, that Simon Wills now can do to himself or make it bad for himself is not to finish this race. And all he has to do is finish. And even if it means finishing behind Owen Kelly, well, let's do so and let's get this championship under the belt.
Here's the battle for the championship. Paul Dumbrell, as long as he's got a mathematical chance of winning this one, he's going to keep fighting hard. He's still boxed in behind Leanne Ferrier. Got a good run out of that corner, though. Ferrier is locked in behind Terry Wyhern. If he gets good acceleration out of this turn through the sweeper, he may even pick up 2 positions. But Ferrier, very quick in a straight line. She's holding her place.
Good aggressive move there. Dale Breed in trouble. That started before they arrived at the apex of that corner. It was almost as though Breed got spooked.
Now, I think he overcommitted himself going in as a first gear corner. Very hard. This is probably the hardest braking corner on this circuit. Just overcommitted himself, just locked up the rears, got a little bit taily, and has allowed these guys to sneak another couple of positions.
Terry Wyhern is proving a tough customer. Leanne Ferrier jumps it up on the curbs, gets alongside the Victorian, but she still hasn't found a way through. She's well positioned on the inside now. Wyhern gives her room. Does Dumbrell manage to squeeze through as well? Looks like he's done it.
So good move by both Ferrier and Paul Dumbrell. Here's what's happening up in front. The Bianchi Model Cars Commodore in the hands of Owen Kelly, holding out Simon Wills. Is he the champion? Well, he moves into the lead. That was a brilliant piece of late braking, and I've got to say there was an opportunity there, so possibly Kelly settling for second.
That was a great attack under brakes, Craig. Looks like he lined him up and he had plenty of confidence in his braking system.
Very brave under brakes. I guess Simon Wills, it is his test track. He knows where these braking markers are. He knows where the bumps are. And he knows how to drive this circuit. He definitely did that then.
Oh, yeah. Dale Breed had everything locked up in the rear of the car.
He got spooked by Parsons. I really believe that Parsons turned in. He may have been overcommitted to the corner. He was in trouble from there.
So Simon Wills takes over the lead. Is he going to make it the perfect score? Not only pole position and 3 race wins, but he's going to wrap up the Konica series as well if he continues his march at the front of the field. Here's Eddie Abel-Nisa in front of Ross Halliday. Oh, getting tangled up as they come through the S's there. Wild moment for Eddie, but he manages to gather it up.
Abel-Nisa in the Konica V8 Supercar Series for the first time in 2001. Former super speedway driver gets up the inside of Terry Wyhern. So the guys that have spent a lot of time battling away on the Calder Park Thunderdome, now doing it on the flat track at Mallala.
So here's Leanne Ferrier. After going out of race 2, that really spoiled her championship position. And Paul Dumbrell still locked in behind the Valvoline Cummins machine. So Dumbrell is running out of time here. Simon Wills, if he continues this march at the front of the field, is going to become the Konica V8 Supercar champion for 2001.
It's a good performance too, Mark, when you consider that the Barana Racing team have committed to V8 Supercar racing for the first time this year. They've never run a V8 Supercar or fettled a V8 Supercar before. So for Malcolm Ramsey and the boys, if they can walk away with the championship and sharing that victory with Simon Wills today, that's a very impressive performance.
Sort of destroys that theory that they like to bandy about in the pits, Craig, that the guys who work on the open wheelers perhaps haven't got a feel for touring cars. Well, Malcolm Ramsey's team's blown that theory out of the water.
Well, they have, and they've done a great job to do that transition from open wheelers to V8s, and really these cars are completely different to any open wheeler that I've ever driven, and they've done a great job.
Still riding with Paul Dumbrell in the Wins Commodore, and he is still boxed in behind Leanne Ferrier, so this is a good fight from Leanne, even though it's the last race of the championship, and she basically admitted herself she's out of contention. She's making it as hard as possible for Paul Dumbrell to find a way past. Here's the Queenslander, Craig Harris. As Mark mentioned, in the earlier races, has improved by more than a second in terms of his times over last year at Mallala, and really at the last sort of stage of the season, he's come right to grips with this Castrol Ford.
Owen Kelly, not disgraced here, came into this championship round 4th in the points, and really fighting a lone hand in this VS Commodore. And problems here for Kevin Mundy. You can see the damage to the front spoiler of the Actron Air Falcon. So he's had a wild moment across the scenery. Hopefully he can get through and finish this one.
Second of the cars managed or run by John McLean, Cameron McLean's father. Let's have a look at this, Craig.
Terry Wyhern, just an innocent.
And he looked at him that way too out the window, didn't he? Like, where were you coming from?
Ross Halliday providing us some great pictures throughout the day. Adam Wallace trying to find a way around the 3M Ford, but not quite fast enough there as they head up the back straight once again. Ross Halliday really benefiting from that day he had with John Bowe at Mallala recently, the South Australian. And I'm sure there was a lot of expertise, a lot of experience that John Bowe could have given Ross, and it's really paid off here. He's having a good, consistent run and getting a lot more speed out of the 3M Ford.
It's been a good, strong showing from both of these guys at this round of the championship, actually. Here's what's happening in terms of that dice between Leanne Ferrier and Paul Dumbrell in the Wins Commodore. Dale Breed now starting to come into play as well. He's just a car length or two in behind these guys. How frustrating must this be for Paul?
Well, it'll be very frustrating to virtually, he'll be able to see where Simon Wells is, and Alan Heath's had another spin. Looks like the end of the back straight there. He's got going again, no damage this time. But yeah, for Paul Dumbrell, yeah, very frustrating. He can see where Simon Wells is. He'd like to be up there and giving him a battle. I'm not sure who this
Michael
is.
Simpson has had a lose there too, so the Queenslanders weekend.
Oh, there's all sorts of incidents. Look at what happened with Heath. Got caught up under brakes into that very, very slow, sharp hairpin. And Cooper's Ford spun out of contention. It was good effort by that team to get that car repaired after that massive lakeside shunt a few weeks ago.
You're almost assured of getting an incident of some sort down in that corner during a race at Mallala.
David Truckee Parsons dives up the inside of the Castrol Falcon, or does he? No. Harris moves across to cover his line. So David Truckee Parsons, boy, he's been in contention for this championship all year. He's been one of the leading contenders. Things just didn't go his way at the final round, where he really needed everything working his way.
Hard under brakes at the end of that straight. Parsons has a look down the inside, deep under brakes. Will we see an argument here from the Castrol Ford? But no. Oh, contact! Parsons has been spun.
An argument? That was a serious Barney. Coming out of the turn, you can see a big contact between the Castrol Falcon and Parsons' car, and you can see the damage in the door as a result.
Wow. Well, Paul Dumbrell, where's Paul Dumbrell? He's managed to get around Leanne Ferrier by the looks of things. No, in fact, he hasn't. Dale Breed has gotten around Paul Dumbrell, so Dumbrell's had a moment somewhere. Let's have a look at this.
This is the Michael Simpson incident, just up the end of the back straight. But I'm just interested to see what happened here. David Truckee Parsons down the inside of the Castrol Falcon, Craig, and looks like a little bit of retaliation here. Wow.
In the background too, Dale Breed managed to sneak up the inside of Dumbrell, and possibly with everyone going off the circuit. Let's see what happens here, Craig. This might be a clearer picture.
I think Craig was an innocent party in that. He just ran out of road.
Yeah, he did. He definitely ran out of road. And Truckee Parsons, up until that point of exit of that corner, they'd virtually given each other room up until that. You can see the mark on the back of the rear passenger door. So it's turned Truckee Parsons around, but he's got going again.
One lap, or less than a lap to go now for Simon Wills. Owen Kelly headed for second position, our Winton winner. But this is an impressive performance from Simon Wills and the Barana Racing team. No one has made a clean sweep this season in the Konica V8 Supercar Series. He is on course to do that, winning all three races here and taking pole position as well. It's his third Australian title in a row after winning the last two Formula Holden Championships. But Simon Wills is the new Konica V8 Supercar Series champion. A fabulous performance. He's looking for a full-time ride in the Shell Series in 2002. That's a great piece of credit, I guess, Mark, to take to the table when you're trying to do a deal like that.
Absolutely. Most impressive performance from the 24-year-old Kiwi. A deserving champion. 3 pole positions and 10 race wins out of the 6 rounds held this year. An outstanding performance, and he really did deserve that Konica title. Takes the applause of the crowd and the flag marshals. And I've got to say, Craig Lowndes, what an outstanding drive this weekend. Pole position, 3 race wins. That's impressive enough, but when you think he had to start from 10th for race 2, that's even more impressive.
It's very daunting doing this reverse grid, but they've had a great year. Obviously, they slumped a little bit in the middle, but he's pulled it together. Was his home track, but they've done a fantastic job to get 3 out of 3.
The fabulous effort also by Malcolm Ramsey and the Barana Racing team. Simon Wills ends the season the way he started it, by winning the round. Owen Kelly home in second. Leanne Ferrier fights her way to third. And Dale Breed rounds out the top 4. Adam Wallace and Daniel Miller 9th and 10th. Halliday finishes in 11th. We'll come back to talk to our winner on the other side of this. What a great afternoon at Mallala Motorsport Park. Simon Wills is the new Konica V8 Supercar Series champion on the podium today with Owen Kelly. Leanne Ferrier did a terrific job in that final race to get to third. And what about the effort of Paul Dumbrell from the back of the grid up into fifth? Craig Harris finished in 12th. But here's the new champion. 3 championships in a row he's now won. Grant Denyer is down in the thick of the celebrations with Simon Wills and the Barana Racing team.
Well, Simon Wills, surely words just can't describe the feeling you've got right now with 3 fantastic performances, 3 straight wins today to take the championship.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. This is just fabulous. I couldn't believe I'd actually come out and get 3 wins. This is fantastic. There's a credit to the team. Like, our boys have done a fantastic job all year. We've been behind the ball and we've been learning a lot, and to come out and get 3 wins at the final round, I'm ecstatic.
I must say, you are definitely the man of the moment. Not only that, you're a machine. This is something like your 6th championship.
Yeah, I'm sort of pegging them up a bit now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to keep on coming, I say. But yeah, it's been fantastic. I've sort of stepped up my effort this weekend, and we've got some good boys down from Cat, and they've been fantastic, Les and Rod. So yeah, it's just been a whole package, and yeah, it's all come together at the end.
Well, this category was always about road testing new drivers and finding new talent. Surely HRT's got to be knocking on the door any moment now.
Please.
Well done. We'll let you savour the moment. Congratulations, Simon Wills, for one of the most impressive drives so far this year.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, Grant.
Well, Paul Dumbrell, not the crescendo you hoped for, but still made 2nd overall in the championship. You can't be too disappointed with that.
Yeah, no, I'm wrapped. Obviously I've had a lot of experience this year, had a lot of good results. I think I've proved a point. I can run up the front in this series, and I didn't think it would come down to being off the track with Simon and being involved. But that's how it happened, and we ended up 2nd.
I think you've aged 15 years in this championship since it started, haven't you? How different is Paul Dumbrell now to when you started?
I think a lot. I think I've matured a lot over the year, and obviously Truckee Parsons and all the boys from GMS have helped me, and they've put my mind straight, and that's how leading the championship into the last round, and didn't come off, but that's just how it is.